Hey everyone, welcome back. Thanks for watching Daily Dose of J. Are you plagued with regrets from your past? I know myself personally, I spent a long time allowing myself to be burdened and allowing myself to be hindered by the things that I may have did in my past. I would look back at like the old me before I was healed and before I had like self-discovery and growth and therapy and all those things. I look at the things that I may have did. I'm like, ooh, I did that. Ooh, I said that. And it's like I'm washed with this hot feeling, like I'm flushed with that hot feeling of embarrassment, thinking back of the things that I should have done or said better. So if you are dealing with those same issues of being burdened with your past mistakes, things that you wish you could have done better, I am here to tell you to let that go. Let it go. You have to give yourself permission to let go of all the things you did when you didn't know better, or all the things you did when you did know better, but you couldn't be better for yourself. We do the best that we can with the information that we have at the time. We do the best that we can in the circumstances that we may be in at the time. So I've spent so much time beating myself up for the past, and not only is it not productive for anyone, but in addition to not being productive, it does hold you back and hinder you. Constantly dwelling on mistakes in ways that you woulda, coulda, should have been better, that takes up space. It takes up space in your mind, it takes up space in your body, it takes up space in your physical interactions with others, and your interaction with yourself. So I know what it feels like when you find it difficult to be able to trust in yourself, or you find it difficult to be able to trust in your own judgment because of your past mistakes. And it gets to a point where you just can't let it go, and that space takes up your mind, and really causes you to be disconnected. You're disconnected from your growth, which is where your energy should be redirected towards. But you can't do that because of the space that's being occupied already in your mind. And also, the stress of constant regret can also manifest issues with your physical body, whether it be manifesting especially a lot of gut issues. Like, remember, everything starts in the gut. I have another episode on that. But when you're stressed out, you'll notice that you have irregular stomach problems. You may not be able to get comfortable. You might have like bloating or bowel irregularities, stomach pain. All types of different things come simply from stress. So we always, as adults, try to manage our stress, right? And hanging on to those things from the past is not managing anything. It's really just adding on to the levels of stress that you're already dealing with. And you already have to deal with the present. Why should you put yourself through also having to re-deal with the past? We've been there. We've done that. So let's say you're trying to walk to the store down the street, right? You get your coat, you get your gloves, your music on, your hat, everything you need for the walk, your water, you're fully prepared. But as you start walking towards that store, you decide to look behind you. Not only do you just take one little look behind you, but you stay looking behind you. So your whole walk, you're like this. Whole time you're trying to walk forward with your head turned. What's going to happen? You're no longer focused on your journey ahead, and most likely you're going to trip and fall. You trip and fall over and over, not just once. If your head stays turned, then you stay falling. So even when you stand back up, your brain is focused on looking back. So how could you possibly get to the store when you're so focused on what's behind you? There's no way you could possibly grow when you're so focused on the past and what's behind you. You cannot build in the present, meaning you cannot continue your walk towards your destination when you're so focused on the past. Every day, our bodies and our minds take in new information, whether whether it be like mentally or physiologically, we take in new information. And as a result, our gut instincts might kick in. Like if you, for example, you might walk into a restaurant, right? And ultimately there were some good reviews. You're like, okay, I'm gonna go there. But when you walk in, you start to see some things that are rubbing you the wrong way. Like you're looking at the cook grab the ready to eat food with his hands. You're looking at the waitress like sweeping the floor like near where people are eating. And that might trigger your gut instinct. Get in the back. That might trigger your gut instinct to tell you that you need to eat somewhere else. And that's your way of your gut being able to protect you. So when we take in that new information, it can result in the gut instincts, or it could also result in feelings of comfort depending on the information that you're taking in. So when your mind is taking in new information, it may result in adjustments in your decision making, which is hopefully what you're doing. You know, if you have an opinion about things, like I used to be I am stubborn, but I used to be even more stubborn to where if I had an opinion, it was really hard to change my opinion. But now I focus on facts versus feelings. So I'm able to easily change my perspective based on the facts that are given to me at the time. So the point is that we have to give ourselves the ability to grow. And hopefully we're doing that a little bit each day with the information that we're taking in. We're growing a little bit each day. And if we are holding ourselves back with the things that we can't change, then we cannot continue that growth pattern. I love the serenity prayer. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I love it. So right now, I want you to give yourself permission to release the burdens of what you wish you could change. I give you permission to release the guilt of all the times you didn't know better, all of the things that you wish you did better, all of the times you wish you did better for yourself. I want you to say it out loud with me. I release myself from the guilt of all of the things that I cannot change. I give myself grace and I am becoming better each day. I want you to say that to yourself. Say it again. I release myself from the guilt of all of the things that I cannot change. I give myself grace and I am becoming better each day. So today I want you to be good to yourself and I want you to be good to others. All right? It's all love.